Let's talk about organic just for a quick second, which is, I think for me personally, I am so big on step one. Like whenever it comes to doing something, I'm so big on step one because I think if you can successfully execute step one, you start to build momentum. And so for the person that's listening, that's like, I don't have an audience right now. Like my following's not zero, but it's like close to zero. You know, I'm not Greg Isenberg. Um,
Mhm.
what would be your step one to them of like posting content in a way that if they commit to it over time, they're going to build an audience that they can then launch their minimum lovable product to?
Can I show a PDF about this? Because I actually just wrote this down.
Go for it.
Okay, let me just pull it up. So I'm going to go through this 4-step framework on how to build an audience in 2025 in 4 minutes or less. And this is the answer to your question. So before I begin, I believe that the way to build businesses today is using a framework that I coined the ACP framework. You start with an audience, you build a community, and then you build a product. So your idea for an AI startup, you might want to just start as a Twitter account or an Instagram page and start testing what people like in that audience, start building a following so that then once you've got that, you can build a product for those people. Basically, the old way of building a startup was start with a product, then build the audience. Now the new way is start with an audience, then build community product. There's a 4-step playbook that I wrote out um, for basically how do you systematize and build an audience that's going to work for you. So the first thing is first step is, a lot of people don't do this, but identify who you're creating for, understand what they're not getting from others. And I just put this as a note because if you aren't getting engagement, start one level broader than your niche. A lot of people start a little too niche, so sometimes you might want to go a little broader. The secret to building an audience is formats. Even this, YouTube channel has a format. You have a specific type of format that is working for you. So what I tell people to do is pick one format for each business day. Try to systematize that. Look for formats outside your niche and copy those that format and bring it to your niche. I'm going to go step 3, systems. This is really important. So you're going to want to create your creative faucet routine. What I mean by creative faucet is find how you're going to get your creative juices flowing. So for example, that might be you listen to podcasts to get, your creative faucet going. And you need a strong creative faucet because you want to have interesting ideas and interesting content to share on your audience. So it might be podcasts, blogs, social, and then capture those ideas and I use a notes app, and then just schedule out those pieces of content. And the last thing is create a goal. So if you want to create an audience in 2025, just pick one primary goal for 2025. Now, a lot of people pick the goal of, I need a certain amount of followers. I think that's actually not a great idea. Think of something like a 25,000 person email list, $1 million in sales through social. So my point is the primary goal for your audience might not necessarily be followers. It might be something a bit more downstream like revenue or an email list. That's my advice to people around how to build an audience in 2025.
Yeah. No, that's so good. I love the pick one format each day, because I think what
Yeah.
I've realized with content and actually just businesses in general, that usually the thing you do on day one is not ultimately what is successful for you. And so from speaking with content creators that have got millions of followers, the thing that they do really well is, first of all, they post, because then you get feedback, and then they're doing different things. And they're looking for that spike. They're looking for that the type of post or the format, to your point, that when they posted it, instead of getting, I don't know, 5 likes, it got 20 likes.
Yeah.
And as soon as they get that spike, they're like, oh, okay, that's the one. They double down and they continue to go up. I think it's so good. Okay, so if you enjoyed this episode, you're going to absolutely love what we did with this one right here. click here.